We've got a great show for you today. Today we're going to talk about the KASPA Crescendo. So it's the 5th of May. It's a big day in Casper's calendar, and for all of the Casper holders out there that have been waiting for this day. It's one of the things that people are really waiting for. The next will be the smart contracts and obviously tier 1 exchange listings. They're two of the other big pieces of the puzzle that we're looking forward to seeing in the future for Casper. Now, what is the KASPA Crescendo? KASPA Crescendo is where what's going to happen. Currently, Casper does 1 block per second. They're going to move to doing 10 blocks per second. So just to give you an example of what that means and how bullish that is, imagine a highway with 1 lane, and then all of a sudden it opens up into 10 lanes. So like the sheer speed and throughput that this is going to drive, like through Casper, and the way that will hopefully lead to then more adoption. It makes way for things like smart contracts and that to come onto the platform, which will entice like developers over to build dApps on the platform. It'll have the speed that other chains don't. So if we think of other blockchains that are proof of work, let's take Bitcoin. That does 1 block every 10 minutes. And we think of something like, so Ethereum. So as we know, Casper solves the trilemma, right? It's secure, it's decentralized, and it's scalable. So generally, what will happen with blockchains is they'll have to give up one of those, right? That they'll sacrifice one for the other 2, right? So we know Bitcoin, okay, it's definitely secure, it's definitely decentralized, but it's not scalable. Ethereum, so expensive. If you're around in the last bull market, you'll remember how expensive some of those gas fees were. It was not uncommon to be in the hundreds, but there was some in the thousands. So Casper will be scalable, it will be fast, it will be cheap, and it's decentralized. One of the things that does set Casper apart is it uses something called GhostDAG. Okay, so it's like a web as opposed to a single chain. So the structure that's powered by GhostDAG, it allows multiple blocks to coexist, right, without using additional resource. One of the great things about this 10 blocks per second, it's going to allow for near instantaneous transactions. Okay, so that means that it can be used in real life use cases. So going and buying a coffee or something like that in real life, you can use it. I mean, Casper's already on a payments platform, so now payments already do Casper. And that lets merchants worldwide accept Casper, right? So it's native token. So another thing the upgrade does, it allows for technical tweaks. So KIP 15 is one of those. And what that's looking at is allowing for layer 2. So it's like the highway, but then having the side roads off of it, okay? And that just allows for more speed. It allows for the dApps, as I mentioned earlier. And as I said, that could attract developers to the Casper ecosystem, helping it grow, helping to improve the price of the native token. Okay, so why is all this news so bullish for Casper? Well, let's connect the dots. The speed and the scalability will allow Casper to stand out in a massively crowded market, right? There are a lot of layer 1s already out there, which will be missing one of those items from the trilemma. So either the security, the speed, or the decentralization, right? We already know that it's going to be faster than Bitcoin, which is the granddaddy of the proof of work decentralized. We already know also that it's going to be cheaper than Ethereum. So again, these things are really, really bullish. It's going to lay the platform for the developers to build the dApps, bring the smart contracts, and grow the ecosystem, bringing demand for the ecosystem, demand to build on it, and therefore demand for the token. So all really, really important points, right? Casper's aim is to be fast, cheap, and secure. The other thing this will hopefully lay the groundwork for is the big exchanges, right? Like your Coinbase and your Binance, we're really looking for what's going to bring them on board. Price movement definitely will. If we're running through the bull run and Casper's starting to pump, that would be crazy not to put it on there. Right now, I remember the last run, like Cardano, you couldn't get on a lot of the big exchanges, but that still went from like 2 cents to $3.50 or wherever it ended up. So I still think there's a big opportunity for Casper coming up in this run, with or without the L1 exchanges. But I think you're going to have those top level exchanges will be coming on board. I would believe over the next 6 months, say. You'll get at least one of them, hopefully. No guarantees in this life, but hopefully you'll get one of them. Okay, so why is this all bullish? Well, we know that with Crescendo eating away more and more of that supply, we know that that it's a fixed supply. Okay, and we're getting closer and closer to that hard cap where there'll be no more of it. Another bullish bit of news is that all of this is happening at the right time. We're heading into the bull run. It's aligning with the cycle. So we've moved to 10 BPS. We're going to look at the, getting the dApps on the smart contracts, the, top level exchanges holding it. Like, these are the things that are still to come that are worth looking forward to, because they will have an impact on the price, and it should be a positive one. And another thing to look out for is, like, will the miners start holding? As that supply is dropping and getting more limited, will they start holding a bit more of that, hoping to get a better price down the track? That there's always that possibility as well, which could shore up the price and then help to see that price grow a little. Because if you're a Casper holder, you've been doing it tough, especially over the last 6 months, right? You've been doing it tough. So these are the positive things that hopefully will give you, will lift your spirits a bit, give you a bit of hopium, if you like, a bit of motivation. It's a good road ahead, I think, for Casper holders. And the reality is that this could really build into some momentum and attention for the Casper token, the whole KASPA Crescendo. And once you get that momentum and you get that run and you get that narrative, like that could be the Crescendo could be a really good narrative for Casper moving forward. So, and they're hitting their timelines. It was going to be the 5th of May. It's happening on the 5th of May, right? Well, we haven't heard anything else. So happening on the 5th of May, it's the narrative of they're delivering. It's next is smart contracts, next is dApps. Developers will come over, the ecosystem will grow. They'll get on top tier exchanges. All those sorts of things are still, in the works. So what would I take away from this? I mean, Casper's Crescendo upgrade makes it more scalable, makes it faster. It's like getting a new car, putting a new engine in it, and putting it on a 10-lane highway. That's what it's going to be like. It's huge. I don't think a lot of people maybe realize how big this is for Casper and what it can do for the future of the token, for the price of the token, for the growth of the ecosystem, for the community that's around it and have stuck by it through all of this. I mean, Casper's tech and momentum are really, really hard to ignore, right? It's a project that doesn't want to just keep up. It wants to lead the pack. And that's where they're taking this project to. So look, I'm bullish on Casper. Are you bullish on Casper? Leave a comment below. And look, if you found this video useful, do me a favor, leave me a like, and for more, hit the subscribe button, click the bell notification, and I'll see you in the next one.